Kris Jenner has set firm guidelines for Corey Gamble as she prepares for her wedding. He'll handle. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble have been together for 10 years now. Their love story started back in August 2014 when they met at a party in Ibiza. The party was hosted by a famous fashion designer named Riccardo Tisci. Since that day, their relationship has grown and lasted through many years. However, it is said that Corey Gamble has to follow very strict rules set by Kris Jenner, who is not only a mom but also the manager of the Kardashian family, often called the momager. Kris wants to get married, but she is determined to do it only on her own terms, which means Corey would have to agree to a strong prenuptial agreement before they tie the knot. This agreement could bring even more rules and limits for Corey. A source close to them told Life and Style magazine that Corey already has many rules about what he can say and do in the relationship. The source explained that if they get married, the rules will become even stricter. Because of this, Corey is starting to wonder if it is really worth it. The source added that if they get divorced someday, Corey probably would not get much from the marriage. This has made him question if the relationship will be good for him in the long run. This year, Kris Jenner added fuel to the engagement rumors when she gave a hint on one episode of the show The Kardashians. She said she might get married when she is 70 years old. The source also revealed that Kris is dreaming of a huge, fancy wedding. She wants the party to be the biggest one ever, inviting almost 1,000 guests. The insider said that at the end of the day, Corey will do what Kris tells him to do. But the wedding is shaping up to be very stressful because Kris wants to make it an over-the-top event, much bigger than Kourtney Kardashian's wedding, which was already very grand. People are also talking about the guest list. It is said that Kris wants many famous stars to perform at the wedding. She is reportedly pushing Corey to reach out to all the big celebrities he knows and invite them, even though the date of the wedding has not been set yet. According to the source, Kris has so many wild ideas that Corey often has to calm her down and remind her of reality. He does not want to face the stress that comes with planning such a huge and complicated event. Even though Kris and Corey have been together for a long time, Kris is often more focused on the status and prestige that the wedding could bring her rather than the real commitment to Corey. The source said she cares more about the big names she can get for the wedding than the actual meaning of marrying Corey. Kris is not even wearing an engagement ring right now, but she is already acting like a bridezilla, very demanding and stressed about the wedding plans. Back in 2018, 4 years after they started dating, people wondered if Corey had proposed because Kris was seen wearing a very large diamond ring. This made fans and the media guess that maybe they were engaged. However, Kris later made it clear that the ring was not an engagement ring. On The Late Late Show with James Corden, she played a game called Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts, where she was asked if Corey had proposed to her. Instead of answering, Kris chose to eat a plate of bugs, which made everyone laugh. James Corden joked that the ring she was wearing was enough of an answer, but Kris quickly said that the ring was not an engagement ring. Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble's relationship has many layers. Kris is a very strong and determined woman who knows what she wants. She is famous for managing her family's careers and making sure everything goes her way. Corey has stayed with her through thick and thin, but he seems to be under many restrictions because of Kris's rules. The idea of marriage is exciting, but also full of challenges because of the conditions Kris wants to set. Even with the rumors and speculation, Kris and Corey appear to be committed to each other. They have lasted for a decade, which is a long time, especially in the world of celebrities. Kris is not someone who rushes into decisions. She wants to make sure that everything is perfect, especially for something as important as a wedding. This might explain why she is taking her time and setting strong rules before saying yes to marriage. The rumored wedding is expected to be one of the most talked about events. Kris's vision of having close to 1,000 guests and multiple A-list performances shows how grand she wants the celebration to be. It will not be a small, private event but a huge party that people will remember for a long time. This kind of wedding can be exciting but also very stressful to organize. Kory seems to be trying to keep Kris grounded and avoid the overwhelming pressure that comes with such big plans. The relationship between Kris Jenner and Kory Gamble also highlights how celebrity couples often face extra pressure. Because they live much of their lives in the public eye, every step they take is watched and judged by fans and media. This can make normal things like planning a wedding much more complicated. Kris and Kory are no exception to this rule. They have to deal with rumors, speculation, and the expectations of millions of people. Despite the challenges, Kris and Kory seem to be making it work. They support each other and have stayed together for a long time, which shows a strong connection between them. Kris may have strict rules, but Kory appears willing to follow them because he cares about her. At the same time, he has to balance his own feelings and decide if the relationship is right for him, especially with the possibility of more restrictions after marriage. Kris Jenner's personality is well known. She is ambitious, powerful, and very involved in every detail of her family's business and personal lives. She has built a brand around her image as a strong momager who can handle anything. This means that when she plans something as important as a wedding, she wants it to be perfect and memorable. Her drive can sometimes come off as controlling, but it also shows how much she cares about creating a big moment. Kory Gamble's role in the relationship is also interesting. He is often seen as the calm and supportive partner who helps keep things balanced. However, the pressure from Kris's rules and wedding plans seems to be weighing on him. The source mentioned that he sometimes wonders if marriage is worth it, given the strict prenuptial agreement and limits he would have to accept. This shows that even in strong relationships, there can be doubts and difficult decisions. The story of Kris and Kory's relationship, the wedding rumors, and the strict rules paints a picture of what life can be like for celebrities behind the scenes. Fans may only see the glamorous side, but there is much more happening in private. The balance between love, power, control, and personal freedom is not always easy to find. Kris Jenner's desire for a big wedding and the rules she sets for Kory show how complex relationships can be, especially when both partners are well-known public figures. Despite all the drama and rumors, Kris and Kory continue to move forward together. They share moments of happiness and face challenges like any other couple. The story reminds us that even famous people have normal relationship issues, such as trust, commitment, and managing expectations. It also shows that love can be strong even when faced with difficulties. Fans will likely keep watching Kris Jenner and Kory Gamble's story with great interest. The possibility of a wedding, the rules, and the drama make their relationship one of the most talked about in the celebrity world. Whatever happens next, Kris and Kory will continue to be in the spotlight, and people will want to know every detail. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.